everyone, I am Sneha, co-founder and CEO DevCompass, and I am extremely happy to have you guys back here. We are approaching almost the middle of stage 4. This is video number 5, and I hope you're having fun attempting those walkthroughs, getting better at Claude Code, not making those mistakes that usually developers would do, because we are learning each day and we are implementing things. So super proud. For everyone else, if you want to learn with us and prepare for the Claude certificate exam, please head over to devcompass.ai and you will get all the relevant information. Let's get started. In the last video, we talked about the 6 built-in tools that Claude has, and how to decide when to use which one. Why is one tool wrong in a particular scenario and the other one is not? How do you save context by choosing the right tool, etc., etc. In this video, we're going to talk about plan mode versus direct execution and certain refinement techniques. Now, there are situations when you need to plan before execution, and then there are situations where Claude can just execute directly. So that is what we're going to discuss. Most of the tasks that you give Claude Code can be executed directly, because Claude will read what's needed, makes the change, verify it works. But some tasks are complex enough that executing without a plan first produces worst results, requires more back and forth, or make changes that you didn't intend, or hours of debugging, and it's a pain. Trust me, I know all of you can relate. So plan mode is a Claude Code's mechanism for thinking before acting, producing a plan for your review before writing a single line of code. This video is going to be about when to use and when not to, and 3 different techniques that sit between the first output and the final results. So let's see what do we have in store. Now, scenarios when you can execute directly and when do you need to plan first. So if it is a well-defined and scoped task, just go execute directly. Single file or small targeted change. If it is a known fix, you know exactly what to change. It is super easy to revert if it goes wrong. Maybe running tests or commands. These tasks don't benefit from a planning step. They benefit from getting done. Plan first if ambiguous or large task, multiple files or systems involved, could be interpreted more than one way, hard to entangle if wrong, refactors, migrations, cross-system changes, etc. Okay, so we've looked at the categories, and we know that mistakes are annoying, so execute. But if the mistake is expensive, you need to plan. If it is single, easy to revert, like running test commands, it's a known fix, it's well defined, then you know that you can execute directly. If it is very large task, multiple files, etc., then you need to plan first. And also run any task through that test before deciding, so that you know when to plan versus when to execute. That was really simple. Now, let's look at the 3 refinement techniques that sits between the first output and the final result. First is input-output examples. You show Claude exactly what goes in and what should come out with concrete example. For example, it is most effective for extraction and transformation tasks, and it connects to a few shot prompting, which we will talk about later. So what you see here in video 5 is the version that is going to apply during iterative refinement of a Claude Code task. The same principle that is applied to prompt engineering as well. So you need to hold that connection in mind, that how are all of these connected. The second one would be test driven iteration. You write the test that defines correctness first, then ask Claude to make the code pass it. So Claude runs the test, reads the failure, adjusts the codes, the reruns. The test is the target. It should be the target. So it keeps refinement grounded in something very verifiable. and it is mostly used in CI pipeline walkthrough. You will see it there, which will be the capstone for stage 4. So that is where the technique gets applied directly. So again, remember it. Third is the interview pattern. Instead of giving Claude the full task upfront, you ask Claude to interview, to ask the question it needs answered before it starts. And this is my favorite technique. I am always like, oh, if you don't understand the task, please ask questions. And you will be amazed by the kind of question Claude asks. Like, sometimes you get more clarity on what you exactly wanted. So this surfaces ambiguity before execution rather than after execution. Saves you a lot of time, trust me. And it is the best for complex, ambiguous tasks. So when you're not sure what you don't know, you need to use this pattern. Those were the 3 refinement techniques, and this was a super small video. Let's look at a summary of it. So there's plan mode, if you need to use for ambiguous, large or expensive to reverse tasks. Direct execution, when you have well-defined single file, easy to revert. And 3 refinement techniques that we discussed, which is first, input output examples, test driven iteration, and third, the interview pattern. And interview pattern is my absolute favorite. So that was it. Plan mode and refinement are about getting the right result in an interactive session. The next video is about what changes when Claude Code runs non-interactively, specifically in a CI pipeline where there's no human reviewing the plan, and correctness has to be defined upfront in a way that the machine can verify. So be prepared, go through the walkthroughs, and I will see you in the next video.